Hey everybody, how's it going? Mr. Hancock here. This is going to be a really quick video on your MLA typing requirements, formatting, and I also want to take a really quick look at the narrative essay example. I'm in the process right now of building week 3, so it will obviously look different to you when you get in there, but still, let's take a look really quick. So the first thing I want to do is say that in week 3, you're going to get your outline back. You're going to go back into the assignment where you submitted your outline, look at the bubble comments. You'll see block comments all over where you submitted it, and click those. You'll see my comments. Use all that to go and write the rough draft now. So with that being said, I'm going to go back over to week 2. I think I put it in week 2, or was it week 1? I think it was week 1. Yeah, where I put up the bulk of handouts. I'm going to look at the typing requirements really quick. So we can talk about what it is exactly your rough draft needs to have. Now, when it comes to rough drafts, I'm very strict on some formatting because I want you all to get this stuff taken care of on the front end so we don't have to worry about it at the end, okay? So, for typing requirements for all of your MLA format essays is that they need to have Times New Roman font. They need to have 12-point font size, 1-inch margins, which should be normal anyway. I wouldn't touch the margins. Use correct MLA formatting with headers. Double space everything, and do not email me your papers. All papers must be submitted in the right place within Blackboard. So here's everything I just said. When I scroll down, this should be what your headers should look like. You'll notice with this example here, it is Times New Roman font. Headers are incorrect. You have a top right header and a top left header. The top left letter right here, the top left header only goes on the very first page. The top right goes on every other page, okay? So you'll notice the first thing it goes is your name, then your instructor's name, title of the class, and the date that this assignment is due. Then you'll notice you have a center title, and then regular indentions for regular paragraphs. Notice that everything is double spaced. There's no big gaps between anything. Everything should work fine and normal just like that. Now, here's one thing that I do discuss inside of the, let me go back over here for a second. If I go back over to week 2, you'll notice that in week 2 I have a handout for a video on how to use MS Office Online and download a version. I specifically talk about the online version having an MLA format template and shows you how to get to it and how to use it. So a lot of students will just find that MLA format template inside of Office or Word Online and just delete the unnecessary stuff. So take a look at that video. It shows you how to set that up. And frankly, y'all, if you just go to YouTube and look up how to set up MLA format in a paper, you'll get more videos than you'll ever want to watch. Some really nice professional videos as well. So anyway, you want to make sure that your rough drafts do have correct MLA formatting, correct MLA headers, and everything like that. That way, when we get our rough drafts and I take a look at them, we'll be able to catch, if you have any problems, we'll be able to catch them now before the final papers do. A lot of students, when they get dinged points on their final drafts for formatting, it's because they didn't worry about putting the correct formatting in the rough draft, so we didn't have time to look at it. And then when they finally did it for the final draft, it was messed up and they lost points. So do it now for the rough draft. We can fix any problems, and that way it looks really nice and clean for the revised draft. Anyway, so there's that. So going back over here now to week 3. Narrative essay sample. I want to show you this for a second. I put this up in week 2 so you can kind of get a good idea as to what your end product's going to be. But still, I want to do it now because now that you've done your outline, this is what you want to turn it into. You want to take your outline and turn it into this. So let's take a moment and look. Here it is, correct MLA formatting, Times New Roman font, 12-point font, everything double spaced, clear paragraphs with indentions. This is what your paper should look like. If it doesn't look like this aesthetically, then we have a problem, okay? And at least if we know in the rough draft, we can identify the problem and know what to fix, okay? So notice here, all you want to see here is how an outline would turn into this, okay? Correct headers, title, here's your introduction. And you have your thesis statement inside of that introduction, okay? So your introduction is not just your thesis. It's a whole entire paragraph built around leading up to that thesis to tell the reader, hey, this is what this essay is about, and this is what you're going to learn from it. Then you'll notice we'll go into the body paragraphs. Now, this was for an old class I did over 10 years ago called Composition Fundamentals. They only had to write 500-word papers, so this only has 3 body paragraphs. You're going to write 750 minimum. That's minimum. And you're going to have at least 4 body paragraphs. So keep that in mind when you're looking at this. But regardless, this works really good. I think this works really good here, okay? Notice it starts off the story, leads up to the climax, then hits us with the climax, okay? And then you'll notice the conclusion wraps it up, telling how it worked out, like it has a little bit of the reflection in it. You'll have a whole paragraph of reflection, you should at least, and then you'll have your conclusion to wrap it up. But I just wanted to take a few minutes to point this out to you, just so you can see it and use this as a model, okay? Look at the description that's used. Look at the language that's used. Look at everything that's being done in here, and use this as a model for you to start with. And then let your style, once you get the basics and the skeleton here, this foundation, let your style take over and lead it to where it wants to go. Because your story might not fit this like the way I've got my storytelling going, but your paper will look like this format-wise. So really, really take a look at this and see what you think. And obviously, y'all, please let me know if you have any questions. But week 3, take that outline, take the comments, and turn it into a rough draft. Remember, it is a rough draft, okay? It's your first draft. It's going to have problems. Still treat it the best you can. Treat it like that's the only one you're going to be able to write. So you do the best you have and everything's done, like all the formatting and stuff. Get that done. But when we get back, we're going to try to find things that we can do to improve it so that when you do turn in your final draft, you'll have the best product you could possibly have, okay? So there's that. If you have any questions, please let me know. Don't forget, in your week 3, just like any other week, start with your checklist, watch your videos, read your handouts, and then make sure you submit the correct assignment in the correct place, and do your discussion boards. Please don't forget for your discussion boards, follow the rules for posting precisely. And also, if you have a problem and you submit the wrong document, please let me know ahead of time. If it's early enough, I can kind of clear the attempt and let you resubmit it. But if you wait until like late Sunday night and submit the wrong thing, then you're probably going to lose points in some form or fashion, okay? So anyway, there you go. That was a really quick one. If you have any questions or anything, y'all, please let me know and have fun.